Simple circuit to start a permanent magnet DC motor. Now, permanent magnet DC motors, they have one major advantages because you don't have the field winding, meaning that you have less copper. So it means that the motor will be less weight, less size, and less cost. That is the main advantage of permanent magnet. However, they have two main disadvantages because the field now, the flux is coming from a permanent magnet. You cannot control the field, and hence you cannot use this parameter to control the speed. Plus, because this is a permanent magnet, it will age with time, which will result in reducing the flux. Now, let's talk about this circuit. Let's talk about the top circuit, where you have the DC supply, then we have a fuse for protection, and then we have here contactors, normally open contactors, connected to the motor. So when you switch the DC supply, nothing will happen because these contactors are normally open. Now let's see the control circuit, which is at the bottom one. So we start from a 208 line to line connected to a step-down transformer. So that transformer is to isolate the power supply from the control circuit. And hence we have here an E-stop. This E-stop at normally closed position. So once you start the system, this red light will show that the system is energized. And then here we have a normally closed push buttons in series with a normally open push button, which is in parallel with another contactor. And then we have here a light indicator to show that the motor is on. And here is the coil that control all these contactors, the one that is connected to the motor and the one that's connected to the push button. So when we start the power supply, this will be on, the lamp, indicating the system is energized. However, because here we have these two, the push buttons and the contactors are normally open, there will be no power reaching the coil, and hence everything will be open circuit. But once I push this normally open push buttons, then the power will be coming from the transformer all the way to the coil, which will energize all contactors, and everything will be normally or be closed. So the motor will be turning on, and the latching circuit will be working because now this will be actually this contactor will be closed, and the lamp will be also turned on, showing that the motor is basically turning on. Now, if you stop the circuit, either you click on the normally closed push buttons, then you will switch off the coil and everything will be turned off, or you can switch the power completely by pushing the emergency stop. So now let's see this circuit in action. This is the circuit. This is the permanent magnet. The permanent magnet motor, you have only the DC supply connected to it because there is no field windings. Okay. Now let's see the circuits. Here we have the AC and the DC supply, both of them here. And then here is the transformer to step down the voltage. Here is the fuse for the protection. Here is the two indicative lights. Here is the emergency stop. Here is the two push buttons, the normally open and the normally close. And here is the contactors, and at the bottom is the coil. So let me start here the system. Start the power. Here the DC supply, the AC, and then I will turn on the AC supply. So you see here the red lights is on, showing that the system is energized. Now to start the motor, I will click on the green push buttons, and here's your motor is turning on. To stop the motor, basically interrupt the circuit by clicking on the normally closed. So now I disconnect the coil in the relay. Everything is disconnected. So here how to start the motor. Stop the motor. And when we start the motor, you can see the green light is basically on. Now to stop everything, the whole power, you just come and click on the emergency stop. So this is how you can build a simple circuit to start a permanent magnet DC motor.